My name is Mike Reilley from Reilley's Tasting Room, and today we have the Barn Owl, an Imperial Stout. The Barn Owl, Eredita beer, an Imperial Stout coming in at 10.5% ABV. This beer was inspired by our love of the iced vanilla latte. This beer features a complex grist of dark and roasted malts, milk, sugar, espresso sourced from Brazil, Costa Rica, and Guatemala, and vanilla beans sourced from Papua New Guinea. Our ambition was to walk the line of balancing sweetness and a mouthfeel while keeping the experience and not being overpowered. What is going on, guys? Welcome back. So today, like I mentioned, we have the Barn Owl, an Imperial Stout coming in at 10.5%. And if that doesn't look like your typical stout, I don't know what does. Super dark, and this is from Eredita Beer, which is out of Connecticut. And, you know, I'm very interested to see how this tastes. I'm usually not big into stouts, but this is an Imperial Stout, so they do a little bit more grain, a little bit more hops, all brewed with that, which is why you get that higher percent alcohol. And this one just was one that was recommended to me from a friend, Dylan. Thank you for that. And, you know, it's a coffee, vanilla, and like milk and sugar. It's almost like they mentioned, almost like a latte. And who needs a beer latte? Me. So let's get a good smell test. Okay, so right off the bat, you are just getting that normal stout smell. You know, you do get a little bit of like that coffee vibe, which I feel like goes hand in hand with the stout, but it's extremely dark. Let's get a taste test. Okay, so your first initial taste, extremely coffee taste. Don't really taste, you know, you do taste a little bit of, yeah, you're getting a lot of coffee right up front. You do kind of taste like that milk and sugar mix, but it's not a bad mixture with this. Yeah, this almost kind of tastes, it normally just tastes like a coffee right now, like, because I mean stouts usually give you that coffee vibe, and you know, mixed with that milk and sugar, this might be a morning drinker. Yeah, you know, got that little dark head on there, little darker than your normal stout would be, like comparing it to something like a Guinness or anything like that. Their head is usually a little bit whiter. This is darker. Could be, obviously, because this is an Imperial, brewed a lot more with a lot more ingredients. And, you know, for an Imperial Stout, 10.5%, hitting the nail on the head. This can was extremely cool, too. It got that nice Barn Owl on there. Pretty cool. It has the owl spreading its wings. Looks pretty sick on there. It looks like a barn door throughout there. Yeah, like it mentions, Imperial Stout with coffee, vanilla, milk, and sugar. You know, you kind of taste pretty much all of that. The vanilla, I don't taste too much, but it does have a sweeter vibe. Definitely does taste a little bit sweeter. As I'm sipping on it more, I taste more of like that milk and sugar mix, where it's tasting almost like a coffee. So if coffee and high percentage beers are your thing, this one might be the one to go to. I really don't see anything wrong with this. I've never heard of this beer company before, but they're based out of Connecticut, so I'm going to do a little bit more research on them because this one's good. I want to see what other kind of different flavors that they make. But yeah, extremely good. Has a very high coffee taste with a little bit of milk and sugar. This would really be, it's for a 10.5% beer, you're not getting a lot of like that alcohol high percentage taste, which is a good or bad thing depending on how you like it. I think anything that tastes smooth is extremely good, especially when it comes to beer. But I do think that this would be something that you can sip on any time of the day, anytime. Yeah, overall, just really good. So the Barn Owl from Eredita. Cheers. You know, for a high percentage beers and something that I don't normally drink, which is stouts, this was extremely good. And if this is right up your alley, I'm going to say go out and get it. I'm going to leave all of Eredita's beer company information in the description of this video. And a Reilley's Tasting Room review would not be, you know, before I have to say this, you can kind of see, I'm going to overlay a video, but you can kind of see the sugar mixed in that's coming up on this glass, which that's very interesting and which is why it's very prominent in tasting. But a Reilley's Tasting Room review, this is extremely good, extremely on point for what you are getting. Has to be 4.0. Cheers.